Just last week, the Department of Homeland Security issued an urgent warning about the conditions inside migrant detention centers in Texas.
And now we're seeing the same thing in Yuma. Team 12's Bram Resnick has tonight's big story. And Bram, our NBC colleagues are detailing some of the very disturbing conditions for the migrant children in Yuma.
Yeah, that's right. I spoke late today with the NBC reporter who broke that Yuma story. The alleged behavior by Yuma Border Patrol agents, she says, is troubling and possibly criminal. And it's worse than what DHS has already labeled a dangerous situation for migrant children in Texas.
It's a tragic account to read.
NBC News documenting harsh and possibly criminal treatment of migrant children at the Yuma Border Patrol processing station.
The agent asked her to lift her shirt. He put his hands under her bra. He asked her to remove her pants. When she hesitated, he pulled them down as well as her underwear, and he groped her breast and private parts.
Reporter Julia Ainsley described what was supposed to be a routine pat-down for a 15-year-old Honduran girl.
If true, that is sexual assault casebook.
The Department of Homeland Security says it's investigating, but there are more than 24 other troubling reports from migrant children at the overcrowded Yuma facility.
We know for some time DHS has said, look, there's overcrowding. These facilities were not meant for children.
Migrants have surged across the border this year in the Yuma sector. Apprehensions of families have soared 392% from a year ago to almost 50,000. The number of unaccompanied children has also climbed by 50% to almost 7,000. The reports out of Yuma come a week after a Department of Homeland Security investigation warned of dangerous overcrowding at Texas Border Patrol facilities for children. Julia Ainsley says the Yuma reports are worse.
It wasn't just overcrowding and unsanitary conditions. These children were afraid of the border agents.
And we got comment from our 2 U.S. senators. This from Democrat Kyrsten Sinema's spokeswoman. Quote, Kyrsten is disturbed by the allegations and will be speaking to Acting Homeland Security Secretary McAleenan to get answers. And from Republican Martha McSally, Border Patrol agents have one of the hardest jobs in America right now, as they are being asked to protect our borders while also being asked to handle the humanitarian crisis on the border. If there are bad actors within their ranks, we need to address it immediately. And coming up at 5:30 on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt, the latest reaction from Washington on the disturbing allegations out of Yuma. Let's send it back to you.
Okay.